We're live. What's up, Swami?
How you doing, Scotty boy? How you doing, my friend? By the way, I just want to say you did a really good job on that 12 hour. It was really fun to watch.
No, thanks. Yeah, it's a lot of work. It pays off. Pays off.
Excellent. Thanks for inviting me for a little live stream.
I told you I was jonesing because we did the 12 hours of boom was on Saturday the 7th, and Bart left on vacation. He was still around on the 8th. I think it was the early morning of the 9th he left, and then I've been sitting around twiddling my thumbs and wondering what to do.
You're missing the wife. I'm leaving on Friday morning at 8 o'clock. I can't wait. I'm nervous, excited, and scared all at the same time. I'm going to be going to a lot of parts unknown, so it's going to be a fun ride.
Yeah, you're traveling down. You're going to be in Oklahoma City, about 200 miles from us. So we're planning on coming down on the 27th or the 28th of July and hanging out with you for a little bit.
Yeah, there was somebody else that lives near there that wants to meet up with us. I can't remember if it was during my live stream they were asking me. I do know that I will be meeting Scott now from my Bourbon Montreal, so that's going to be fun.
I know Daniel Willis lives down in Oklahoma. Ronald Wary lives down, or OJ for hire.
I think it might have been OJ.
Might have been OJ.
Might have been. I'm going to let you choose. Laddie Classic, 4 Roses, Highland Park 18, Eagle Rare, Springbank 15, or Hazelburn, Oloroso Cask 13.
We got a few lining up there. I got that Hazelburn, but I grabbed them. I'm actually working on a little bit of the Woodford Reserve Kentucky Straight Malt whiskey.
All right, I'll go bourbon then.
Yeah, and then I figure when I'm done with that, because we both had the 4 Roses single barrel.
Yeah, I'll do the single barrel then.
Let's say hi to, let's see, Dram Dude is here. Gregor, Drew Bills. That's the Scotch 4 Dummies. Everybody that's tuning in. 22 Catch 22, the One Glass Man. Louis Sanchez, George Kaplan. Real Police Talk. Jerry Bartlett. Jason C. Whiskey Throttle. Well, Daniel thought he might be around to join me. He had to travel again.
Is he back in Moose Knuckle?
He was going somewhere. I'm not sure where. He was trying to live stream from his truck this afternoon. I think he ran into a tree or something while he was doing it. Just kidding. Jason Kleesholt is here. Real Police Talk. Mead Mule. Jason Coates. Loch Ness. Dan E. Howdy, everybody. This is an impromptu Monday night. Like I said, Bart's been on vacation. He's been out of town, and I've been sitting around twiddling my thumbs. And actually, yesterday had me busy. There's a flurry of activity regarding Scotch Trooper and the predicament that he's in. We talked about that during the 12 hours of boom during, I think it was hour 6. Basically, what happened, somebody remained anonymous and filed a 26-page complaint with the Distilled Spirits Council of the U.S. against Scotch Trooper and all the distilleries he's worked with, essentially shutting him down.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, he got basically got served cease and desist orders from everybody, and
did Disney send them themselves, or was
no, it's not Disney. No.
So why would he stop? Like, if I were him, I wouldn't even stop unless it's actually coming from the source.
Well, it's all the distilleries have basically served him letters and said, quit post. Yeah, because they got the complaint from the Distilled Spirits Council.
But is he making money off of them though?
I don't know on that. What he's been getting their money, bottles, trips to distilleries, stuff like that. But
what I'm saying is, are his pictures that he's putting out there? They're on Instagram, so they're not monetized. So it's still, I don't know. I don't know 100% the copyright laws, but unless he's making money off of those pictures, then he should be allowed to post them if he feels like it.
Right. Really he still could probably maybe get some backlash from a couple of distilleries that probably would say, hey, we told you to quit taking pictures of our bottles, maybe. But one thing he's going to do, though, now he has taken up Patreon. So if you'd like to support Scotch Trooper, go check him out. He is on Patreon now. He was not, but he is now. So Let's see. Martin Calmer's here.
Give me 1 second.
Where did 22 catch 22 says Bart's probably having his wife slather him up with butter on his sunburn. Probably is, because he's in Florida. And I know he actually went out one night, him and the wife, and they met up with Lana Lou down there in the Tampa area.
I just want to say really quick hi to Daniel. I see you out there, brother. And Martin Cormier, thank you. How you doing, bro? Same with Mark and Danny. What's up, Danny? How you doing, bro? And I know all these guys. They're all on my channel too. What's up, everybody? Nice to see everybody. Yeah, I wasn't going to do a live again until I hit Ontario on Friday, but Scott invited me on, and I never say no to Scott. I like cheating on him with Bart while Bart's away.
That's right. Hey, Drew Bill's on here with the Scotch 4 Dummies, Mark Broda. The Scotch 4 Dummies just got, I should have one of my coins here. I don't. And I've been telling those guys for a while, the coins, the ceramic coins that we sell, our poker chips, our whiskey hats, great. It helps us out tremendously selling those things. And I've told the Scotch 4 Dummies for a while to do that. They just got around. They just got some sets of their own coins in. Check out their website. Either Mark or Drew, put in your website. I'm pretty sure it's probably just scotch4dummies.com, and go there and check out their coins. I know Trinity and C are getting some as well. So.
I was about to mention Trinity and C, and I think one of the British guys are doing it too. I can't remember if it's No Nonsense Whiskey or somebody. I think I saw them coming out with a design.
Oh, really? I haven't seen anything from anybody over there. So
I think one of them. I can't remember which one, but soon people will be able to collect the whole set.
Well, that's just it. I think it only increases interest because, people, if you had them, if Whiskey in the Six has them, everybody wants, and everybody should want one of.
I already told you, though. I told you I'm doing pogs.
Doing what?
I said I'm doing pogs.
Pogs?
I'm just kidding. Remember pogs? Remember from like the 90s, it was like they had like characters on them, and they kind of look a bit like the whiskey coins, but I think they're made of cardboard or something, and you flick on them, and they flick. You might be a little too old, but they were, I was like 12, 13 when they came out, or something like that. They're called pogs. Yeah,
George Campbell, Old Soul Whiskey guy has some coins as well. Yeah, and we did a coin exchange with Old Soul Whiskey guy. And he's on Instagram. He's an American. He's in the military, and he's in Germany, I believe, is where he's at. But he does a lot of posts and stuff about whiskey from there. And I believe actually he's from Lawrence, Kansas, if I remember right, what he told me.
Oh, sounds like Jason, the American in Germany. Hey, is that you went and bought the Highland Park 17 Black?
Yeah, I did. Matter of fact, the dark. Yep, based off of Rob's review, Whiskey in the Six convinced me to go buy that.
And are you agreeing with this review?
I haven't opened it yet.
You haven't opened it yet? I don't know, me. It's like $300 for a 17-year-old. That better be the best damn 17-year-old I've ever tried.
Well, it was high, but it went on sale probably because it wasn't selling. It was $340 here.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and it was on sale for $260 or $270 or something, which is about normal where it is everywhere else. So,
as everyone wants to know, though, is there enough Viking lore around it to make it worth that price?
Hey, it's about the juice to me. I don't care what the packaging or the marketing.
It's made of the finest Viking bones, that box it's in. Just checking out here. We got Gaston 1710. Never met you before. How you doing, bro? Tim Dietrich, Alf Pogs. Yeah, everyone's mentioning Pogs in the comments, so they're all saying throwback Pogs. I don't know. I might actually look into it. They must be really, really cheap because no one cares about Pogs anymore. Maybe I can get my
no one. I don't remember what they were.
Like one of these right in the front.
And Doug Chrisop is in here. He's sipping some classic Lottie, which is what you have behind you there. So this is really impromptu. Like I said, I was just jonesing because Bart's been out of town and I needed to talk some whiskey with somebody.
I'm very happy you invited me on because if not, I would have been forced to have to actually have a conversation with my wife tonight. And that would have just been painful.
Can't have that.
I need to get for my office. So I got to keep my office door open. I got to go. I keep on forgetting to buy one. I got to go buy one of those little internet extenders there because our modem is in the living room next to the TV. So the Wi-Fi works really good when I'm near my bar in the dining room. But whenever I'm in my office, because it's a big condo, and I close the door, my Wi-Fi is always cutting off. So I got to keep the door open. So you might hear TV noise in the background.
Get a look into a new router. If I don't know if your router is old, but I mean anymore they make them for like whole house coverage and stuff. They do better.
I don't know. I think it's because I'm at my office is in the back of the building, and the living room, dining room are in the front. So there's just better connection in the front. I think you can buy them. They're not expensive. I just keep on forgetting to go pick one up. It just extends the internet a little stronger. So I just got to grab one eventually when I'm not so lazy. Oh, this is I'm telling you, man, this is still my favorite bourbon out there. Other than because of Daniel, the Barterhouse 23, that one was just nuts. But this is right up there. It just get better and better. Just insane, like sweet tea notes with citrus and the vanilla and a little herbalness. Not grassy notes like in rye, but it's got a little bit of a vegetal note in the background that mixes with that sweetness and a little bit of a bitter. I don't know how you'd explain it, but there's something like a nice bitterness to it. Not a horrible, disgusting kind of bitter, but it's like a sweet bitterness. I couldn't tell you how to describe it. Almost like the one thing I can think of is like iced tea powder.
Yeah, I like it. I was surprised. It'd been a while since we'd had or tried the Four Roses single barrel. We did it early on in our reviews, and 3 or 4 months ago, I picked it up. It's like $45, I believe, in our area. However, I was in a store the other day, and it was something, and they had it for like $70. And I don't know if there's been a price increase or a markup on it, but that surprised me.
Well, I bought a bottle of it, and it went down in like half a minute. And then Mike, that's crazy, came over and brought. He had a half a bottle of his that he wasn't a big fan of it. And he tried my Bakers, and he liked my Bakers. And I said, I'll trade you for the Four Roses in a minute. So I just traded with them and grabbed it.
Yeah.
Got a new bottle.
And Gregor has corrected me. It's Gregor. So I apologize. I'll try to pronounce that correctly from henceforth. Gregor.
Ann Arbor, George Kaplan. I'll be in Ann Arbor on the 11th. So if you want to hook up, go to my Twitter. It's Malton. Anyone who wants to, I'm kind of lazy with the Twitter. I won't lie. I'm also lazy with the Instagram. I think I'm a YouTube channel guy, and I like doing YouTube, but I'm trying. This guy right here forces me on Instagram, Daniel, that's coming up right now. But if you want to check me out, I'm on Twitter at Malton in Montreal. That way you can message me, because you can no longer private message us on YouTube. So if you want to send me a private message, go to my Twitter, and you can send me a private message. What's up, Daniel?
Not much, buddy. Driving to the middle of nowhere, buddy.
Are you gonna do one of your drinking while driving reviews?
Yeah, let's do it.
Rob's
so how come they don't pull people over here? I'm drinking our national coffee
mixed with Bailey's
or something else. Yep.
Kidding.
Where you at? Got it still light there.
Yeah, which is funny because I'm southern Canada. Now I'm getting closer and closer to the U.S. border. And I'll be, I don't know, an hour, 2 hours from the U.S. border when I get there. And then you'll have, I'll probably be even closer to Winnipeg. But this is Canada. I mean, how far away are we from you? It's always this light up there, but
Winnipeg's actually a really nice looking city. It's a little rough, but it's a nice looking city. I'm gonna tell you that. I think it's nice and clean. Like, I like the marketplace in the central of the city and stuff like that. It's nice. I don't know. I like Winnipeg.
Winnipeg.
Meat, real quick, Mead Mule's asking me about this. The Four Roses I saw for $70, and it was not one of the private select single barrels because I checked it out. That's what I thought originally too when I saw it. It was just a standard Four Roses single barrel, and it's a store that's usually pretty decent. So I don't know. They must have just priced it wrong.
I got a question for the crowd. Do I go for the Four Roses barrel proof, or do I go for the Maker's Mark barrel proof? Because I can only bring back like 2 bottles, and one of them is definitely going to be a bourbon. And they don't sell the Maker's Mark barrel proof in Quebec. I have heard they do sell it at the LCBO, but I'm not in Ontario very often. So,
well,
what would be
you're thinking something else besides, you said Four Roses barrel proof, but you mean probably Elijah Craig barrel proof if you can find it.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, the Elijah Craig barrel proof.
Yeah,
or the Maker's Mark barrel proof.
I think Elijah Craig beats the Maker's Mark barrel proof out of the water, but it just, it depends on what you like. If you like the weeders, the weeded bourbons, the Maker's Mark and whatnot.
Well, I'm not a big fan of the weeded bourbons, but I do really like Maker's 46. It's actually in my top 5 favorite bourbons that I'll drink on a regular basis. I know it's not an expensive bourbon or a rare bourbon, but I just really enjoy it. It's a good sipper, I find. Even if Buffalo Trace gets a lot of hate and stuff like that, I just find that it's a good bourbon for me.
Chris Kirby is asking any suggestions for someone who likes Scotch but wants to get into bourbon. He's tried Woodford Reserve and Basil Hayden's, but didn't enjoy them personally. I would start cheaper. I would recommend either Maker's Mark or Elijah Craig. They're both cheaper. Or even the Weller Special Reserve, if you can find it. One of those 3 probably, and they're like $20 to $25 a bottle.
Only people with man buns like Basil Hayden, my friend. The only people I know that like Basil Hayden.
That's one of Daniel's favorites.
No, it's not.
I'm not even sure what man buns are. That must be a Montrealer thing. So can
I'm
people
just jealous because I can't grow one.
Everybody can hear me and see me?
Yeah, I hear you. Well, you just put your hand up, and now your camera went to your insignia.
Can you hear me or no?
I will hear you. Your mic's definitely better than my Bourbon Journeys.
Hey, Swami.
Yeah, buddy.
This has your name on it.
I love you.
Oklahoma City.
I love you, buddy. We're gonna drink it up, man. We're gonna drink up when I hit Oklahoma.
Well, no, this is for you. This is for you to take back.
Oh, you're the sweetest man ever. I love you, Scotty.
I'm gonna write your name on it too.
Awesome. I'm gonna buy you a nice pitcher. We'll drink a nice pitcher of some Bud Light Lime.
I had one of those today out in my pool.
We can make some wind chimes out of the cans afterwards. It'll be awesome. Total Oklahoma. Claire the Third, you up in 4 months. Just reading some of the comments in here. Louis Sanchez is in the house. That's it, Scott. That's the one. We also got Claire the Third. Danny says we should drink some Zimas. I prefer Mike's By Lemonade. I think that's the best one.
And a shout out to Shimon and Moose 76, Tolv Thomas. Hell, a lot of people tuning in.
Yep.
Gaston 1710. I guess you called him out earlier. I haven't seen him before.
New subscribers are always the best. I love the new guys. The old guys are all right.
So Daniel,
how many people?
What are you driving to the motel or what are you doing, Daniel?
Yeah, I'm driving right to the motel. The no-tell motel in the middle of nowhere, covered by barn swallows.
Just make sure to look under the mattress and make sure there's never mind, I'm not gonna say that joke again.
Hopefully it's the same mattress that I've had the last 2 times I've been down there. It's got the perfect dent in it. No comment.
James Gentry says you're going to the no-tell motel.
The no-tell motel, yeah. How many people that are on here actually cancel their cable and just watch what they want through YouTube or streaming?
Me, I'm one.
I still have my cable because of sports. That's the only reason, though. If it wasn't for sports, I would have canceled cable like such a long time ago. It's not funny. They can. I just don't want to pay the streaming prices for sports online is ridiculously high. If they could bring it down to like $7 to $8 a month for a sports package, I'd do it. But they want like the same. It's more expensive for me to stream online for sports games than it is just for me to have cable and have 50 channels.
I know a guy that's got one of those boxes. He doesn't pay for anything.
I got one of those, but they always cut off.
Oh, you gotta. He just goes into the computer and finds some stuff and adjusts it and reprograms it, and it works.
That's the only. Santa Cruzan agrees with me. He says the only reason why he keeps his cable is for sports as well. Yeah, I need my hockey. I can't live without it.
We pay for. I do Sling TV, which is it's been $20 a month. It's going up to $25 a month. It's got ESPN, a bunch of the other channels. You can get NFL Network in the fall if you want it. Well, you can get it year round, but I just subscribe. Sling TV is you can and subscribe you want. You bump it up, bump it down, select as you want. Then I do Netflix, which is bucks a month. So like $200 deal went to $35 basically.
Nah. Still, there's a little bit of lag, I think, right now going on, guys. Just letting Scott, I think, cut out. Yeah, I think Scott, you back? I'm still here.
I can't see any chats on my phone. There he is.
Yeah, there he is. Scott's back.
He's just teasing us.
Yeah, I think Scott's a little frozen.
Yeah, hopefully I'm back. Hopefully, I think.
Usually that's me. Scott looks like Max Hedren right now. Pepsi.
I remember Max Headroom.
Yeah. Didn't they do a movie of him too?
Can I close this?
No, the internet's gonna cut.
Bring her on, Swami. Bring her on.
She won't come on. There's no makeup on. She's not camera ready. She will not come on.
I've seen pictures of her. She doesn't need makeup.
I know. She's a gorgeous girl. And I'm a hideous beast. It works great. We got Swami's good. Thank you, Moose76. I'm getting there. So after this one, I think I'm gonna go for the Hazelburn 13 Oloroso Sherry Cask. It's just delicious. I want some of it again. It's a wonderful, wonderful dram. So what's your plan, Scott, for this summer? Are you gonna do anything? You gonna go somewhere?
Nope. You're looking at it. It's about it.
Hanging at home?
We used to take summer trips with the kids when they were little, and then once they got bigger in sports, you know, there's basketball tournaments, football camps, and all that. Vacations went away.
And so you spend all the money now. You spend all the money now. You can't go on vacation.
That's right. Whiskey.
Kids,
yeah. Well, whiskey's the vacation.
Yeah, your collection is getting rather impressive, man. I've noticed, like, 'cause I've known you now for a good 2 years it's going on, and I've seen that thing grow in the background. You're getting Daniel levels right now.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's getting there.
I don't have that much actually.
Yeah.
Everything you
in his truck. In his truck, he doesn't have that much.
I'll just say knit shit to that.
I ended up leaving the liquor store with 6 bottles.
6 bottles. Jeez.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have, but I did.
I don't even know how you guys afford life. I just look and I'm like, geez.
What the heck are they doing? Sending me on a freaking goose chase here.
I need a better job.
I found a 30-year-old Tomatin for a very good price. Last one in the area, so they say. What else? I bought a Macallan Oak. I bought those Macallans because they're from the U.S. of A.
Oh.
And I want to compare them to the Canadian version.
Oh yeah. I just recently I did a quite a large purchase actually a couple of weeks ago. I did 6 bottles. Right now, Daniel's stream has gone nuts. Your picture is like showing a bunch of purple lines, Daniel. Just letting you know.
Maybe you hit a pole.
No, can you hear me?
I hear you perfect.
All right.
Just,
I don't know what happened to the picture.
It went all squiggly line. I bought a bunch of Kilomans recently, a Springbank 15, the Hazelburn 13, and Teeling Stout Cask, which I think is the perfect summer dram. I just put out my review of it tonight, and it's light, but at the same time it's bold with flavor, but it's just not heavy, and it like works really well, I find, for summer.
I haven't seen that. Which one? Tullamore Dew? Stout?
No, Teeling Stout Cask. It's essentially the small batch, but the small batch is matured in rum for 6 months. Instead of being matured in rum, it's matured in stout cask. It's finished off in stout cask for 6 months. Imperial stout cask. Gives it a nice flavor. I'm really impressed with Teeling. I think that they're for a young distillery, they're doing really well. They're doing some exciting stuff. They're kind of pardon?
I like Teeling.
Yeah, they're great. I find that they're not following the same mold as Jameson and Bushmill. They're just carving their own path, which is kind of cool. I love the independent guys.
Good night, Loch Ness. We'll see you.
Hey, buddy, take it easy.
Hoyt Hempel's taking off.
Later, Hoyt.
Is my picture back?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Could you please go back to the way it was, though, when you wasn't doing?
Yeah, I know. I know you have a hard time resisting looking into my eye.
It's that plunging V-neck, Daniel. It's showing all that wonderful. It's showing all that wonderful cleave.
I did spend yesterday rearranging my office and moving my desk to where I'd have all this behind me. Instead of it was off to the side before, but.
Oh yeah, how's it gonna work when you have Bart back?
I'll switch up. I'll move over here. We'll move the camera a little bit. Bart will be here. It'll just be like old home week.
It'll be like Bart's got you cornered. That might be weird.
Oh, God, I love it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll finish. I'm about done with my 4 roses, and then I'll grab my Hazelburn as well.
Well, I'm going to shut my door just because I don't want to. The TV noise is kind of bothering me. The internet cuts out. Don't worry, Scott. I'll come right back on. All right.
Okay. We can't hear the TV at all, or at least I can't over here.
I hear.
Do you have casters on your table there on your desk?
What's Casper's?
A caster, not you. You got a little slider. No, not coasters. Casters for your desk so you can move it around easy.
No.
I think I'm running at around 85 bottles, says Whiskey Canuck. I'm running right now, compared to a lot of these guys, I don't have the biggest one, but I got about 130 open bottles right now. It's the most annoying thing in the world. I wish I could keep some closed.
Yeah, Mega John Conrad says the display of bottles looks great. It's making him thirsty. I probably have about 200 bottles, I think, here. Little over. But Bart's probably got the same at his place. So if we combined them, we'd have a pretty good collection.
I think 200 is a great collection.
He's probably hiding them behind all the board games.
Well, most of Bart's 200 is like a Crown Royal Northern Harvest Rye.
Oh, my Lord.
Ardbeg 10, which is good. Old Granddad 114.
So you're talking about the very good budget whiskey.
Yeah.
Pretty much a lot of Lefroy tenant, a lot of Ardbeg tenant Barts house is what I'm guessing.
Gregor is asking how the experiment of gassing and sealing is going. We won't know till December. We started that last December. We've got some bottles we've gassed and some that we haven't, just to do our own Father Time experiment. We'll go back each December and look at them and see. Over the course of 5 or 6 years, we got a Lefroy 10 and a Macallan 12. That'll be interesting to me to see. I know everybody knows that peats will start. Some peats will start. It depends on the level in the bottle and all that. I think the sherry interesting. To heard that sherry influence does not diminish.
Yeah, peated whiskeys do tend to diminish once the bottle is open, but it's usually once they hit about the halfway point of the bottle, I find that they start diminishing. I don't know if I'm the only one.
I've got a Lagavulin edition.
Mm-hmm. I think your channel's cutting in and out a little bit there, Scott. Just letting you know. Are you noticing that too, Daniel?
Yeah, he's fading out. I think somebody's playing Fortnite.
No, I'm not hardwired in either. I'm gonna have to have him come look at my internet though too.
Yeah.
But usually I'll even hardwire in, which I'm not tonight.
Yeah. I always make sure to turn off my Pornhub before I start a live stream, Scott.
No, that's download versus upload speed. Maybe you're uploading. I don't know.
So with this gassing thing, you gas half of a bottle and save the other bottle or other half ungassed?
Yeah, we have. We poured them down to under half a bottle each. One bottle we gassed, one bottle we haven't gassed, and then we have a third bottle that we've left sealed that we'll use at like 5 years down the road that we'll come back to see what the sealed version is like compared to the oxidized one and then the gassed one.
That's what I was going to ask. I was going to ask if you had a sealed version of it as well.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep.
I find the worst ones out of the peated that are like the ones that lose the peat the quickest are the Bowmores. Anything Bowmore, the second you open it up, like even if it's full, once you've opened it, that peat disappears in like half a week. It's just gone. That's one of my main issues with Bowmore. I don't find it has any staying power.
I got that with a Kalila. I got that with a Kalila 3 months after it. It wasn't the same for me.
Lagavulin stays strong though. Lagavulin.
Well, this one didn't. This Distiller's Edition, when it got down when there's about 4 ounces left in it, it really got flat. It had changed on me.
Wasn't a fan of the Distiller's Edition on the PX. I find that the Kalila Isla, what Daniel mentioned, their Distiller's Edition is much better than Lagavulin's Distiller's Edition. For me, the Lagavulins are the 8, the 12, and the 16. Well, the 16 it's a good one. It's one I always keep in the bar just because it's a great price for what the product is, and it's an amazing introduction to peat for people. Because even though it has an epic nose, like I don't think there's any peated whiskey out there that has a stronger, bolder peat nose to it than the Lagavulin, but the taste-wise, it's just so delicate, so it just works really well when you're introducing people to it.
John over at Blind Whiskey Reviews is tuning in, and he says Throttle sounds as good as Scott, my bourbon journey, did the other night.
On my show, yeah.
I have a mic to plug in, but if I do that, then I can't hear you guys. So.
Oh, but it's cool because at least you're exactly what I said to Scott. I said, Scott, you sound like you're driving in a car with the windows open. And now you are proving my point. That's exactly how he sounded. I was just like, he's like, oh, you guys just need me. And I was like, no, bro, you need a new mic. Come on.
Well, with those big fancy renovations of his and that fancy basement of his, he's probably still saving up for it in the mic.
Anyways, I'm going to meet up with him in Chicago, him and Tom R. So we're supposed to maybe go live from I want to get deep dish pizza when I'm in Chicago because I guess that's what you got to do when you go to Chicago. It was either that or have Italian sandwich with jardiniere dressing on it or whatever. So one of the two. Got to do one of the two, and do a little quick live with those boys up there. Tom R deserves to come on the show. He's been a big supporter of mine, and I like the guy a lot. And I was telling people on my live this week, when I come back from vacation, I definitely want to start bringing my Patreons on my live shows to show appreciation for all the support they've been doing. And to anybody out there who's not subscribed to Malton and Montreal, I understand.
But they should be.
I just understand why they're not. No, I'm just kidding. Come on down and say hello and subscribe.
They should do what I do. I subscribe, but I just thumb down everything.
Yeah.
Just go and see the comment. Go see the comment I just put on Rob's.
On Rob's? Yeah, I'll check it out after Dan. Scott's having some internet issues. He's coming back. I think he's checking out his internet right now. Just going to read some of the comments here while Scott's gone. 1 second. Scotch It Dummies. Maybe throw a smaller bottle, decant it, and compare it. Hoyt Hempfield says the reason why the Bowmore isn't working. I need to stop sticking my big-ass nose in the camera like that. Scaring the children. Is because of all the coloring in Bowmore. Catch 22 says Octomore is probably a good one that the smoke doesn't, the peat doesn't disappear on. But Stephen Connor mentions Dalmore has the same problem. Well, Dalmore just sucks. That's just my opinion. Scott's not going to agree with me when he comes back. Let's see here.
I got to say, you got to try the Portwood. It's delicious.
I don't got to try nothing. I'm going to stay ignorant and not try any Dalmore. I've tried enough of them. I've had 5 of them. If you can't give me one good out of your core range, then I don't have any interest in you. I think you would actually have to have at least one in your core range that's good for me to want to try anything outside. I'm not going to spend $300 on a bottle when your core range sucks. Just my opinion. I'm sorry.
There's that Canadian thing again. Sorry.
They should just work on, instead of trying to make all these little extra expressions and blah, 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 work on your core range because it sucks. All of it. Like your 12 to your 18 needs to be redone, brought back, retooled, do something to it, and then bring it back at unchill filtered at 46% with no color added, and then you'll pique my interest. That's all I'm asking. Spend billions of dollars and remake everything.
Mega John Conrad is asking about Delilah's 25th year anniversary from Compass Box. The first night I opened it, I kind of was not impressed, and it's definitely gotten better. So our review of it will be coming up, but
so what's different about it than the original?
Sherry cask. They've got some sherry influence on it. Okay. And yes, I think it's worth buying. Yes.
I definitely really liked, and thank you again for sending me that sample, Scott. That No Name. I thought it was really nice. I don't understand why it's not sold in Quebec. We need to get more John Glazer Compass Box products in Quebec. I would like that. We only have about 5 different of their bottles, but nothing of their extended collection. We don't even get the extravaganza here, which I'd like. Mm-hmm. We get the Circus, we get the Peat Monster, we get the Oak Cross, and the Spice Tree. And I think one more, but I can't remember which one it is. But it's, again, none of the... I think it's the one you sent me, Daniel. It was the Flaming Hearts that we get here, too.
Did I send you a No Name as well?
No, Scott sent me the No Name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Flaming Hearts, yeah.
Yeah. Flaming Hearts is delicious.
Quebec has what? How do they order? You got to order from a provincial warehouse?
No, you got your independent distributors. Other than Diageo and Edrington, who have a base of operations in Quebec, and the company that owns Michter's Bourbon, they have their main actual boxing plant and everything like that is in Quebec, which is kind of cool. But for some reason, we don't get any Michter's in Quebec. We get like 2 different kinds, but their bottling plant is actually in Montreal.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know it's weird. Most of them are independent distributors. We get a lot of stuff, but we also don't get a lot of stuff. But it's the same thing even in the States. Like Scott's telling me in Kansas, they hardly get any of the Springbank products, right? Scott?
He just froze.
No, he's there.
There he is.
I'm doing some internet adjustments here, so I don't know if that'll fix anything or not.
No, you're telling me you have a hard time getting Springbank products and Glendronach products, right? In your neck of the woods?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we get a couple versions of Springbank. We have one store here in town that got this 13-year Oloroso. They got the long row Malbec cask. I've got it up there. And then a 20-year single barrel Springbank, all delicious. Now, our review of the 12-year cask strength is coming up.
Mm-hmm. You did that with me on the show together. The first time we did a live show together, you had the
Yeah, I can't give any spoilers on that, but that's coming up, I think, next weekend.
So the reason, Scott, there's certain things you don't get, is that because the liquor stores aren't ordering it, or is there just no distributors for it?
It all comes down to the warehouse. Once the Scotch comes into the United States, it's on this state by state tier system, and they basically each state has to work out deals to bring whiskeys in. So Kansas, for some reason, doesn't have Glendronach. They've been adding different whiskeys. Supposedly Glendronach is on the list and supposed to be coming in. So just like Willets, we just started 2 weeks ago. We just started getting Willets, bourbons and ryes in our area.
Yeah, I'd like us in Quebec. Sorry, Daniel. Go ahead.
I think we have similar issues throughout Canada and the provinces, actually.
Because I know that Ontario gets, like, there's one that I really want to try in the rum categories. I really want to try those four squares because they're all coming in at cask strength and stuff like that. But we don't get any of the four squares in Quebec. So I'm a big rum fan. I'd like to be able to get that. And I'm hearing they're coming in at the LCBO in Ontario a lot. So that kind of annoys me. I don't know.
Yeah, a couple of comments real quick. Eric Waite says that we've got to give Jura some credit. They seem to have realized their core range was lacking, so they're revamping their whiskeys. We haven't had any of the Juras. We just haven't picked any up. I think Bart does have the Superstition. We just haven't reviewed it.
They're so inexpensive, yet I don't want them at all. For some reason, they're all really cheap, and I'm like, no. Because of past experience, I just don't want them.
And
very peaty, but very young.
Moose 76 is asking what's Scott's go-to Scotch currently. I go anything sherried. I mean, I go back each 3 out of 5 nights. I'm picking a sherried Scotch, and I've got such a range, which is good. From Glendronachs or Macallans, the Springbanks, Exceptionals.
You getting the same thing I'm getting, Scott? Like, honestly, I know Hazelburn is a non-peated whiskey, all right? I know Springbank is a lightly peated whiskey, but there is definitely some peat in this Hazelburn. I just
got some smoke, and I was thinking the exact same thing. It could be from the barrel char.
Maybe.
Hazelburn is unpeated. I know that.
Yeah.
But it's got to be a little bit of the barrel char or something just come through. Now, I have heard on the Hazelburn, so not everybody, a lot of Scotch distilleries now do sherry caskings. There's such a draw to sherry casks. They're in high demand. With the Hazelburn, I was told that they don't even go with just a standard or just any sherry cask. They handpick high-end sherry casks that they use to make this with.
Well, it really comes at a 13-year-old whiskey. It's got the flavor to me of a profile of a 17 to 18-year-old sherried whiskey. It does not taste like let's say a Glenfiddich 12 that's, kind of a sherry whiskey that has no sherry taste to it because of its young age. This one really sucked in the essence of sherry. It's beautifully dark in color, and it's natural color. It noses just like any, I don't want to say Macallan or Drunk, but it does have that kind of a nose to it. It's very nutty and almondy on the nose. It's wonderful. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is. It's very well done. Very good. And where'd it go? Mega John Conrad is saying it's definitely charred smoke. He had a dram of it last night.
That's tasty. Not a sweet whiskey. But it's got a nice charm to it. It's got a nice cocoa-ness to it. It's got some vanilla coming through, and like I said, I get a lot of nuttiness, a lot of almond, like almond extract almost coming through. It's really nice.
Yeah, good, great notes on it.
Yeah.
Daniel probably has like 6 bottles of it at home, cataloged somewhere.
I'll be right back.
Which one?
The Hazelburn 13-year Oloroso.
No, man, I don't even have one of those. I think I have a 9-year-old Barolo. I've never really paid attention to Springbank at all until you, Rob, and Swami started going on about it.
Yeah.
Julia likes Springbank. She went to a women's-only tasting with Springbank, so...
I think that Springbank is the whiskey that you end up going to at the middle part of your whiskey journey. It's just that you kind of want to go back to tradition, because you've kind of gone through all the different caskings and all the different kind of maturations. And at a certain point, you're kind of like, I just kind of miss what I felt like when I first started drinking whiskey, just like a traditional whiskey. And I think that's what Springbank brings. It brings kind of just like this authentic difference in its flavors, but it's a very traditional kind of authenticity to it. Even though it's different, it's kind of like it wants the flaws to be there, that you can pick the flaws up, because you're kind of wanting something a little more complex at that point in your journey, something that just takes a lot more time to figure out. And I think that's what Springbank brings, because it's also it's also simple at the same time, but it's complex at the same time. I don't know how to explain it, but that's what I kind of get from it. It's
so
confusing.
You're saying it's simply complex.
Yeah, it's simply complex. Maybe I just find it's something that every time I drink it, I get something different out of it, especially the 12-year-old cask strength. I know Scott can't talk about it. It is my favorite out of all Springbank products, except for maybe the Long Grow 18, which is still essentially my whiskey of the year for 2018 till it gets beaten.
What's the Long Row Red, the Malbec? I can't even. Is it a 13-year that I've got it? 13 or 14-year?
I think it's 11, isn't it?
I think it's 11. Yeah.
Nope, 13.
Oh,
13?
I haven't had it.
Yeah, that's good. That's glorious as well. So now let's see, where'd it go? Martin Calmer's asking. He's new to sherry himself, but can anyone tell the difference between a good sherry cask and a syruped cask? I don't know if I've had enough, or even I don't know if I've heard of a syruped cask before.
I think he's talking about them instead of being in a cask that's been spiced or that's had sherry wine in it. I think he's talking about a cask that they add sherry wine to the whiskey while it's in the cask. Maybe that's what he's trying to say.
Oh, no, I mean, I don't. I can tell you one of my absolute favorites is just Oloroso sherry cask, and anything that's exclusively matured in it, say the Macallan 12, the Glendronach 15, or the Glendronach 18. I'm assuming this Hazelburn is exclusively matured. It's not just finished in Oloroso. I mean, that's what I love. I mean, it just brings such a nice, dark, rich sweetness to the whiskey.
Well, it's 13 years age in Oloroso sherry cask matured, so I think you are correct. I don't have any information. I haven't done my review on this one yet. It will be coming out probably when I get back on vacation. I'm going to film it this week, but I don't know if I'll put it out this week. But I don't have any information in front of me. So I
Now,
apologize.
even our store that gets us in still has one more bottle on the shelf, and I might have to go buy it, even though it's $100 a bottle.
Just money, man.
Yeah.
It's not even real. It's fake.
Yeah. Let me borrow your card, Daniel. Julia won't notice.
She won't notice at all, man. That's the best part about Julia. It's all fake, man. Just ask Bitcoin.
Just what?
Just ask Bitcoin.
Oh, Bitcoin?
There's a donaire shop. Do you have donairs in Wichita?
No.
No? Anyway, we have donaire shops. It's gyro. They call it a gyro and some other things or whatever.
A euro.
Anyway, a euro.
You don't pronounce the G. I think it's a euro.
Yeah, it depends where you're from there, but yeah, everybody's different. They don't have them in Saskatchewan either, which is kind of phenomenal. But anyway, these guys there, it's family-owned business. They have a Bitcoin machine in their little greasy donaire shop. It's kind of funny, actually.
Are you thinking Bitcoin, or are you thinking one of those little deals that flattens out the pennies and makes them real flat?
No. It's an actual Bitcoin interact machine.
I always wondered how to use that stuff. All I know is that supposedly 1 Bitcoin equals like $1,000 or something like that.
How come I just got a thing up top here that says the malted in Montreal, or is that from something else?
No, I don't know, but here comes trouble.
Whiskey. Oh yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Ah, there we go. Finally coming out. I thought maybe he went to bed.
Is he driving his kids to the hospital at the same time? Still the most epic thing ever. You coming in, Mark? Oh, he's muted himself.
Yeah, he muted himself. Coming in, Mark's Whiskey Whistle coming in. Recently moved from South Korea back to Canada.
He fell out.
Like 3 Canadians to replace 1 Bart.
That is true. I didn't even think about that. I got 3 Canadians on here with me.
I was thinking about putting on a silly hat.
Our dollar is worth 30% less than yours, so it's about right.
Don't remind me. I'm spending 21 days over there, and I'm freaking out about how much money I'm going to lose. Oh, he's back.
He's sideways.
He's already
What's
drunk.
going on, Mark?
He's still. He told me he'd probably be setting up if he came in. So
he's being attacked by his little dog.
Rocky.
Rocky.
That's a dog?
Yeah. I told him to. The first time I saw it, I said, "That's a beautiful gerbil you got there, Mark." No, it was parrot. I said parrot. That's what.
I thought it was a Korean rat. Poor Rocky.
He's a ferret.
Come on, Mark. Oh, I had a buddy that had a couple of ferrets. They're disgusting.
I don't know why they always want to crawl up your pant leg. That's the one thing that freaks me out. Whenever like anyone has a ferret, the first thing they try to do is go up your pant leg. It's like, get the like swing across the room.
Because they're meant to be in the wild, man.
Oh yeah, they want to hide. They want to hide in the bush.
Good night to Eric. Wait, he's got to go.
Later, Eric.
Later, Eric.
Have a good one.
He's in California. He's 2 hours behind me, so it's only 9 o'clock there. Good Lord.
Scott, when you turn 76, you're gonna want to go to sleep early too.
Daniel, I thought you said you was about to the motel a little bit ago. You're still driving.
Well, I lied or I missed a turn. Who knows? I don't
Yeah,
know.
it went dark.
I know. I was gonna say it was light out when he was driving too. When he said it, now it's all dark.
Yeah. You should have seen the moose I saw about 4 hours ago. Just lumbering right over the ditch, across the highway, tongue hanging out. His fur was the same color as Swami's beard. So was the tongue, to tell you the truth. Just barreling right across. I at the same time passing a B train tanker. I'm like, this is great. But it's his land, so.
I went tree planting once when I was 23 in Timmins, Ontario, and I fell asleep on a rock. I don't know if you've ever been tree planting, Daniel, and it's like all day and you're outdoors like 23 hours a day almost. And I fell asleep on a rock, and when I woke up, there was a female moose standing above me, and I looked, and I swear, like I thought it was a giraffe. It was so huge. Like when you see them on TV, you don't realize how freaking big they are, man. And I just, pardon?
They're huge.
Oh, they're huge.
If I hit that thing dead center, it would collapse the cover of this, probably go through the windshield and pin me in the truck. They're immense.
I just remember crapping myself, and it just walked away. I think it just looked at me in disgust and was like, whatever. Yeah. That was like in the fetal position, like, oh my God.
Once she was done with you, she said goodbye. See you later, you puny human.
Yeah, pretty much.
I do have to say, Daniel reminds me, of course, I'm in Kansas, and so we have tornadoes occasionally. But we've got these weather chasers that go out and try to get pictures and report back in. And Daniel, your audio and your driving, it keeps making me think I'm going to get a report on the storm and where the tornado is.
Well, if one's going to hit, you would see it here in the prairies. Go back through some of my Instagrams. I got one from Manitoba, Brandon, Manitoba. You should see the clouds, man. This is just like your area. It's just giant flat land, and you can see it coming.
It's legal. James Humphreys, it's legal now in Canada if I wanted it to be anyways. That's all I'll say.
Well, Santa Cruzan says that moose ass in the face is not good.
And how does he know that? Bad hunting experience? You don't want to run out of bullets while he's trying to shoot one of them things.
Anyone have thoughts on the new Lefroy Cardaris? Just all right upon the first tasting. I didn't try the Lefroy Cardaris. I did try something absolutely disgusting a couple of weeks ago, which was the Lefroy Select. That was god awful. I have no opinion on the Cardaris, the new one.
Swami, I'm going to send you a sample of that 100 bushels.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Sample of all of you.
All right. Stay away from the Lefroy Select.
After that, you will like every other whiskey.
Well,
even
it's Carchus.
Carchus, yeah.
Yeah. And we had one a couple of years ago, and I wasn't that impressed with it either. I don't remember which one it was. I mean, it would have been the 2015 or 2016 edition, but I think it was a Madeira cask. And the nuances of it were lost on both me and Bart.
Mm.
What happened to Mark? Oh,
He's coming back. And Drew Bills has to go. Night, Drew.
Have a good one, Drew. I think Lefroy hit a bullseye when they did the quarter cask about 6 years ago. I think that's their best economically priced whiskey, bar none. And I even think it beats the 10-year-old. I think it's actually one of the best no-name whiskeys out. One of the best no-age statement whiskeys out there. It's just wonderfully done. And
I see you got the map up on the wall behind you, Swami, for Route 66.
Oh, that's just my wife says it looks like America's pooping. Something that looks like yeah, it's just like a line going through the intestines or something. At the end, there's like a bunch already. Yeah, that's the route I'm taking. But we're gonna do some detours because we're gonna hit Las Vegas and Lake Powell, Arizona, which I'm really, really excited about. And we're no longer going to Barstow, so I'm very happy about that. For some reason, my friend really wanted to go to Barstow, and I was like, "Well, if you want to see meth heads, we have them around here." So it's like. I finally convinced him. I don't think he's ever seen Barstow. And I showed him videos of Barstow, and he's like, "Okay, we're not going to Barstow." And I was like, "Yeah, pretty much, a bunch of broken-in trailer parks." But but yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait. I can't wait to Americanize myself and gain about 60 pounds of fast food.
Mark, are you here?
I'm here. Can you see me?
Yes, and hear you. Awesome.
Is my head cut off?
Barely.
Barely. Okay, I can change that a little bit.
What's going on?
Better?
How you doing?
Good. Is that better?
Yes.
Great. Hi, everybody. Hello, Scott, Swami.
Hey, Mark.
And Daniel. Good to see you guys.
How you doing, Marky Mark?
Pretty good.
How's it feeling being back in kind of the same time zone as everybody?
It feels pretty nice. Yeah, it's great.
Feels good not having to worry about getting nuked every day or something like that, I'm guessing, too.
That's definitely a good feeling.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think, though? How's the wife and the kids and everybody adjusting?
Well, the kids adjusted first. They definitely just jumped right into the time zone and started getting up at the right time and going to bed at the right time. And I think my wife and I were, a little bit after that. I think we're pretty much on the time zone now, so that's good. And I won't have an easy time of typing as I'm on this show, so I can see that Chris from Santa Cruz and H. Hemphill said hello, so hello back. I can't type and do this at the same time because I don't really have a good setup here. I'm using my my iPhone again, the back camera, and I'm watching what's happening on my iPad, so that's the best I can do. I can probably just type hello.
I will miss your recycling videos from Korea though. Those were funny. Like as people are walking by looking at him like he's nuts, and he's like,
hey, you want some Hazelburn? Oh, all right.
They're like, what's this crazy white guy doing? Get out of here.
I want you to try that. I want you to try that in downtown Winnipeg or wherever you're. Where are you at, Mike?
They'll take it off.
Winnipeg. I can try. That might. I might have the police come and join me.
Yeah. No, but Daniel, he won't have to offer the whiskey. They're just going to snatch it out of his hands in downtown Winnipeg.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But I think the passers-by will definitely take me up on the offer, I'm sure, especially downtown Winnipeg. They're used to drinking other things that contain alcohol, so they'll be glad to have actual potable liquor.
Ethanol.
Oh, we're not joking. We're not joking, Scott. That downtown Winnipeg, you might not want to. You'd be wearing your full vest if you were down there.
It's a fun.
I
don't know what it is about Edmonton and Winnipeg and Saskatchewan. They're like these peaceful looking. You think they're all peaceful cities, but you go there and they're the highest crime rates of all Canada.
You gotta be kidding me! You know what? Just because you lived in a low rent place when you were in Edmonton.
I've been told to quiet down a little bit.
Oh,
I think you had a sleeping bag and you slept underneath.
Is my wife at your house, Mark?
Well, anyway, I'll lower the volume a little bit. Hopefully, this is okay.
Scott's laughing about them all getting in trouble with their wives.
My wife is chill. She's been really sweet lately. I think she's gonna miss me. It's really weird. She's been too nice to me. It's creepy.
Or either that, or she cut the brake line on your motorcycle.
I hope so.
So, does everybody see my my rig behind me here?
Oh my! I do now.
Oh yeah.
I can't see it when you talk. I don't see you. The only person I see is Scott.
Ah, right. Okay, so I'll have to talk a little bit. Can you see what's going on back? It's purely ornamental. In case anybody's watching, it's an ornamental fixture.
That's right. It does not operate.
It doesn't work.
I like this comment. Dram Dude says, when you're mugged in Canada, the muggers say thank you and apologize after.
Generally, they do.
No,
they take and they'll never take your Tim Horton points like from your cup. That's for sure. They know not to do that. They're like, sorry, but you can keep that, eh?
Can I turn down Swami's volume while I'm on here? Let me see. That's better. So guys, what are you drinking? What should I be drinking here?
I'm still on the Hazelburn 13. Fact is, I poured a little bit more of it. Swami had it as well. I don't know if he still does.
I'm still sipping away at it. I'm going to move on to the Brook Laddie. Actually, I think I'm going to go to the Highland Park 18 because I think the Brook Laddie Classic might be a little too light after this heavy Oloroso'd whiskey.
Daniel has Tim Hortons coffee.
Oh, good.
Or that's what he's telling us is in the cup anyway because he's driving.
It's a double-double?
I can reach. No, I don't do double-double, buddy. That's for people that don't like the taste of coffee.
Right. I wonder how many people who are watching know what a Tim Hortons double-double is. Scott, do you know
what that is, Scott?
No.
All right. So it's a cup of coffee with 2 shots of Crown Royal and 2 shots of Canadian Club.
Wow.
When you go to somewhere like McDonald's or Red, what do you got down there? I don't know what your donut shops are. Krispy Kreme.
Dunkin'
How do you
Donuts.
order your coffee? When you
Do
order
what, Daniel?
coffee, when you order your coffee, what do you say when you want 2 cream, 2 sugar? Is that what you say to them, or?
I suppose I've never said that, but yeah.
So we just say we say regular or double.
Anyway,
and then they put the whiskey. They put the whiskey in there.
I was joking about the whiskey. I apologize.
You shouldn't have told him that, man. Look at his face. His face was serious. He was thinking, "I got to get a passport and come to Canada."
Not really. It's Crown Royal.
I'm just glad Daniel's got his seatbelt on because he's live streaming and commenting. And
are you driving?
Yeah, you're driving.
No, that's my line.
No. Yeah, but I don't have my phone duct taped to the steering wheel.
with the kids in the back going to the hospital. The special hospital for colds that they have in Korea. They have an entire hospital dedicated to children's colds.
I wish I could even reference. Does anybody remember which live stream that was?
It was
that's a good quiz.
It was the epic one on my channel where we had Bubba and the Beard, Rob, you, Scott, Mark coming in and out. It was the first time we did like a round table. It was the first round table. It was on my channel. And
that was on your channel?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a very long time ago.
I hope you didn't delete it.
No, it's still there.
Good. Does it still get views?
I think it's at 700 views around there.
Only Rob deletes videos.
Well, only when he gets drunk and goes on a swearing rampage against the government and whatever. Oh. And then the next day he's like, "Uh-oh, bye."
Well, he was just really mad about something to do with kids and fishing back, so somewhat justified. But yeah.
I love New Rob. New Rob's fun. He's like getting aggressive on his live shows now because his change jobs are fun to watch.
All right, now let me just grab the floor for a minute. I'd like to hear from anybody who is who's chatting along. If you can see what's behind me, I've got some Canadian whiskey like 40 Creek. I've got Founders Reserve, Evan Williams Bottled and Bond, Auchentoshan, the Bartender's Malt. Scott's favorite, Cuddy Sark Prohibition. I know that's his favorite one. He gets
I literally just got rid of that bottle a couple weeks ago.
I've got another favorite of yours, the Bourbon Mash.
That's actually that's not bad. They just need to put a different name on there.
And 40 Creek Copper Pot. I've got Amrut Fusion. I know there was some talk about that recently.
Fusion.
I'll go with Fusion. So, well, what do people say who are chatting?
I would say go light. Go with the Auchentoshan first, and then Fusion. But
that's a good call. Lowland first. And then if you look in the background,
I would go with that.
Up at the top there, I've got some Mezcal. The Cad Bowl from Glenmorangie. There's what is that? Armagnac. Dillon's Rye from Ontario. Kentucky Spirit from Wild Turkey, Glenmorangie Signet. That's Swami gets one of those a month when he can put the cash down for those.
I'm not the one living at grandma's house from what I can see in the background, but
Aberfeldy, 12-year-old, and Glen Grant, 12. Anyway, so I'll start with the Alcantashan, and then if someone else is saying Fusion, Santa Cruz. All right, Chris, I'll throw a Fusion in there next. Moose 76 says Rye. What is? Oh, and Thomas is saying, what's my relation to Denmark? My father was born in Denmark and moved to Canada at age 7. We celebrate Danish Christmas and lots of Danish food in our house, like frikadelle, and occasionally we have some snaps.
Oh my God, Mark! I'm just gonna have to cut you off there. That's just too much.
Whoops.
All right, you're done.
I'm done.
No, just kidding.
All right.
How many bottles did you move from South Korea, and did they all survive the move?
All of them survived. And well, I'll just tell you that the legal limit is 1 bottle per adult. And I
he
told
wrote that his kids were 18.
I told the border officer, I told him that I had nothing to declare. So that's all I'll say.
Which border?
The Vancouver customs.
I just realized I had to pull a Velvet Elvis on Mark right there. Sorry about that, Mark.
That's okay. That was great. You know,
I bet you had 2 or 3 very cranky little kids around you that were annoying.
I purposely told them to cry when they saw the border
probably
officer.
He pinched them
all the way up.
Yes, he pinched them. He's like,
So, you know, they asked me, "Are you sure you have nothing to declare?" And I said, "I've got these 3 noisy kids to declare. Do I have to pay taxes on these?" Okay. I think I'm funny. I know you guys don't, but
no, that was good. That is good.
You're good.
And it must have worked.
You're funny.
You're much better now than you were when you were on Blues Clues.
Anyway, so let me see. What else can I tell you? Let me put it in code. Let's see. What were the years of the Olympics throughout the ages here? Let's see. We had 88, 84, 80, 76, 72, 68, 64, 60, 56, 52, 48, 44, 40, 36, 32, 28, 24. So I'll just say 1924, 1928 Olympics, somewhere in there. So the 24 or 28 Olympics I could reference as synonymous to the number of bottles that I carried with me.
I can't believe you made it through.
Sorry about that.
1,924. Wow.
Well, minus the big number. So 24 Olympics, 28 Olympics. Cut the difference, and there's your number.
Did you find yourself purposefully killing bottles so you didn't have to move them?
That was a concern, right? I had to ply some liquor on some unsuspecting passersby. You know, just grab them by the throat and say, "Here." No, these were neighbors or friends of the family who came by. They had a glass of water, and I just dumped the water out and replaced it with something better.
Now,
So
what about
that
friends
helps.
though? Because you did the one live stream as well. There was you and a few friends,
Right?
that were hanging around just the one night drinking.
Yes.
Did they get gifted several bottles? I'm sure.
Right. Did you see the end of that?
I don't remember.
Okay, my wife might have appeared in the corner yelling at me.
Oh, really? No, I don't remember that then.
The after effects of which continued until a couple days ago.
I think your wife and my wife need to meet, Mark. You very have a lot in common.
I'm gonna have to go watch that then. No.
Does your wife know any taekwondo or?
Oh, I think she's taken a couple of classes. She has. So when she kicks, it hurts.
I heard it was an after party, but Swami did a live stream. Was it with Bubba and the Beard? Your wife came in. I heard and dragged you off to bed.
Yeah, my wife came in and was it was funny while live. It wasn't during the after stream. It was live.
Oh, I think an even after party.
Yeah. Oh, there was the after party too. Yeah, that was a different one. That was a different. She's come on a couple of times. You got to go through my live streams. I can't remember which ones, but at least 3 or 4 where you hear her in the background swearing in Portuguese or something, and comes on.
I'm waiting for a scene from Throw Mama from the Train when you get a frying pan in the head.
She's not afraid to do that. So I love her. I don't care. I like a feisty woman, so it doesn't bother me at all. I'm gonna finish off one last dram. I'm gonna have my little leftover of Glendronach batch number 4 cask strength. So that's what I'm gonna drink for my last dram of the evening.
Nice, good call.
Now, batch 3, I heard that the minimum age whiskeys in batch 3 was 14 years. So that batch 4 might also be pretty nice mix of whiskeys.
I had a bottle of batch number 3. I had a bottle of batch number 5 and a batch number 6. And I got a bunch of samples. Food Quick sent me about 6 samples of the batch number 4. So it equated to about a good 6-7 ounces of it. So I got to really try it out. I have to say, out of all the batches that I've had of Glendronach, the batch number 5 is still the best one. And it rules, that one. And I think the minimum I spoke with the distributor and they told me it was 15 years of age was the minimum of the batch number 5. Then they totally failed in batch number 6. I won't lie. I didn't recommend it. I just thought it was a subpar product. But then at the same time, people keep on telling me you can't really judge them batch by batch by batch, like with the additions from Macallan. You're not supposed to really judge them like in a row. But to me, honestly, if you're going to make a new batch, shouldn't it be superior to the old batch? For some reason, I find whiskey, I don't know what it is, but the longer the batch series sticks around, the less quality seems to be in it, and they start going cheaper and cheaper and cheaper instead of getting better and better and better.
Well, I'd say it needs to be equal to or better than.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that you could continuously improve on it. That'd be a hard standard, but yeah, at least it shouldn't get worse. It shouldn't be any further worse. But
yeah, well, I was very disappointed. I know you liked it, but I'm not a fan of Macallan's, as most people know. But I loved the edition number 2. Mm-hmm. I personally, it's not that I didn't like Macallan's edition number 3. It just wasn't what I wanted it to be as Macallan's. I'm very fed up with Macallan's is. Let's do a fine oak or whatever. Stick to what you're supposed to do. Fully sherry matured whiskeys. I don't want anything else from you. That's all. You're not
the edition 3. I was disappointed that there wasn't as much sherry as I thought there was going to be in there. But still, overall, I thought it was an excellent whiskey. I still thought it was very good.
I didn't like it.
Has anybody heard what's happened with edition 4? Does it have more sherry, less sherry, or bourbon,
Jason
or what?
Why says I'd love it. He says it's a fully sherry matured like the edition 2. Supposedly, that's what he told me. So it's supposed to be back to what it was. I guess because edition 3 failed. I guess people didn't like it.
And, well, even one is or I don't know where 1 is coming into 4, but 1 was the most sherried, and then 2. And then 3 was the most lightly sherried, and now 4 is back to some more of the Macallan sherry. But
Macallan likes to play little tricks to save money every once in a while, so whatever. Yeah.
You like NAS?
Yeah, like the stripper. I like to call it the stripper name series. The Sienna, Amber, Rachel,
Ruby,
whatever.
Scott, you're probably the only one who knows that I ended up getting 2 different Macallans that are from the States. I know I mentioned it earlier, didn't I?
Yeah, which one? 12 year. Which ones did you get?
Triple cast, 12 year, and I got the double cast, the new double cast, but they're both, the label on the bottom says Edrington Group. So they were shipped up. Apparently, we thought they was by accident, but the spirit buyer for the company said he ordered them deliberately. And then I said, well, why can't you get me some of the Balvenie from the States? He says, I'll try. So I wanna make them think a bit about not sending us the diluted crap.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to, when I hit the States, I definitely want to grab, because I know it's not an expensive bottle, and it's not hard to find in the States, but it doesn't sell in Canada anymore. I'd like to grab a bottle of Macallan's 12 Sherry Matured just while I'm up there. Holy Sherry Matured, because I can't stand that double cast Macallan. Well, so I'd like to pick one up before I get out of the States. It's always a good sipper.
Are you going to just play with that bottle or drink it, Mark?
I'm contemplating.
Drink it from the bottle.
I'm pouring a little bit of the Edition 3 right now.
I'm going to review this yet.
Jason Coates is commenting that he just picked up a Dusty Edition 2 last week. He's not sure how it was still on the shelf. There's a lot of Edition 2 still around here.
Yeah, so. Same in Quebec. We have tons of Edition 2 still for sale in Quebec. You can still grab it here.
Sorry, Mark. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, this was a nice trade with a young fella named James Burton. He's a drummer. You might have seen him in Scotch Addict on Facebook. Anyway, so I traded him a Auchentoshan Valanche, a cask strength Auchentoshan, for about I guess a fifth of a bottle. So I've had a couple. I've got to review it yet, but I'm going to pour a little more for you guys and enjoy that with you. Yeah,
very nice.
Yeah,
Swami's house is on fire or something happened there.
Oh, someone's texting me on my phone, and my phone's hooked up to my computer, so it's going whatever. It's okay. It's probably my wife saying, "Get off." I'll ignore.
That Edition 3 is good, Swami. You need to go back to that and just try it. I just took a first sip. It's been a while since I've had it. It's good. That is a good whiskey.
I disagree. I'm sorry. And no, I'm not saying. I never said it was a bad whiskey, but it's just not Macallan's to me. And I'm sorry, Macallan's made their bed.
No, but they admit they were going for something different. They tell you this is different. This is not the usual Macallan.
No, not Macallan prices. At Macallan prices, I want Macallans to be what they're supposed to be. If they're going to charge me their premium prices, and me and Roy Akabite talked about it. And, you know, they want to set themselves as a luxury product, and, you know, they're not allowed to cheap out. They have to stick to what they're trying to do. That's all. Sorry, Mark.
I'd have to disagree. You know, it's they should have creative license to try other casks. And, you know, there are some very excellent American wood casks. Perhaps they don't have the absolute finest quality American bourbon casks that they could get, you know, or maybe they should look into maybe some ex Cognac Limousin casks that might be interesting. They should be allowed to do something different, and I think the Edition series is where they should be doing it. So if it failed, you know, oh well, they tried, and I'm sure a few people like that Edition number 3. Maybe we don't because we like that sherried Macallan flavor. But, you know, they should be allowed room to play with their traditional style.
Yeah, I fully admit when I got it and I paid for it. It's $100 out of my pocket. I was disappointed that there wasn't more sherry in it, but I still thought that's damn good. But I wish there was more of the Macallan sherry in it. But
I'll say it's better than the 17-year-old. That's for sure. That was just horrible.
Looks like Rob's here. Hey, Rob.
Well, no, I invited Rob in earlier and he
Oh.
didn't have time. He's like, I'm in my pajamas. I'm going to bed. And now he's still in here commenting.
Well, I mean, I did a show in my pajamas.
He's in his onesie.
Yeah. But Rob was
For the
Rob
trap
was
door.
getting his butt handed to him. Wasn't he doing his class, his Muay Thai, whatever?
Yeah, he was wearing his spandex doing his Muay Thai.
This fusion
That
is
is-
really
I mean-
nice.
You know what's interesting to me though is the fact Swami, Daniel, Mark, Rob, all in Canada.
All
Yep.
Canadian.
Yeah. There's such a heavy presence and such a whiskey community. It seems like there. I mean, there's a few other U.S. reviewers, you know, on YouTube, but there's so many in Canada. Why is that?
That
I
is
don't know.
interesting.
I don't know if that's a positive thing or a negative thing, though. I guess we're just a bunch of alcoholics in this country.
Well, that and we have very long winters to get bored, so we've got to do something. Right?
That could be it.
It's true. We're not building igloos or training huskies to pull our sleds. You know, we need to drink.
Should I talk about our innate humorous? You know, we've got a little bit more humor in some ways. Not me though. I mean, I'm not funny at all. So.
Well, Jay Fretless says there's a lot of Canadian YouTubers in every genre, not just whiskey. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe Canadians were quicker to adopt or to jump into the YouTube platform.
Hey, Martin Calmer's here. Hello.
Yep, Martin's
Martin.
here.
My favorite Montrealer is Viva Fry.
He likes to say that whenever I'm here.
His name is Viva Fry. He's a blogger on YouTube, and he's in Montreal. He shows us the nice places in Montreal.
Great.
He's a retired lawyer.
Did lawyers ever retire?
What's it called? Viva Pride?
Fry, F-R-E-I. Viva Fry.
Ah. F-R-E-I.
Swami is my favorite reviewer in Montreal.
You're my favorite reviewer in the flyover states.
Flyover state.
Somebody fall down?
I love you, Scotty.
Hey, actually, Swami, you're my favorite reviewer in Montreal and Toronto.
Oh.
Oh.
You're just saying that because
really
you joined your live tonight.
Yeah. A certain person because he actually doesn't live in Toronto.
Now, you got to think, though, Toronto is such a big city, and so is Montreal. There must be some other whiskey-themed channels.
In Montreal, there's one French guy that's my only competition.
But he does it in all French or what?
Yeah. One of them's actually a really close friend of mine. We're all kind of friends in the Montreal whiskey community. It's a lot smaller and tight-knit comparison to Toronto, because Montreal is more of a wine drinking city. It's very wine oriented. So the whiskey community is a little smaller, but we're really tight knit and we all work together and help each other out. It's different. Not everyone's on YouTube, but we all kind of help each other, from the distributors to the YouTube people to the bloggers to the vloggers. There's a site called Whisky Central in Quebec. Rob from Whiskey the Sixth and Training and Sea are actually members of it as well. I'm a member there. There's a few master distillers that are members from Scotland, everything. But it's a Montreal-based site. Toronto, however, though, has a huge whiskey community, though. So it works out good for whoever's blogging there. I don't know any other Well, a Whiskey Neighbor, he's new, but I think he's from Toronto as well.
No,
He's out of Edmonton.
Edmonton?
Albert, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was from Ontario. Right. Sorry,
Wait a minute, Mark. Where are you at?
Winnipeg, Manitoba.
So, which is where compared? I mean, are you centrally, east, west?
So it's central. It's 100 kilometers north of Grand Forks, North Dakota.
Gotcha. All right, straight north.
Yeah. So I can drive. Well, no, sorry, 200 kilometers, 120 miles.
And we call it Winter Peg.
It's called Winter Peg, but it could also be called Summer Peg.
Yeah, but Edmonton still gets more sun.
2 months out of the year.
I don't know. Does it? But yeah. Edmonton doesn't have. Edmonton gets some cool days in the summertime.
Not many this year.
Well,
Edmonton has a really big, shiny baseball bat, though. And Winnipeg doesn't.
And that's what Swami used to sleep underneath in his sleeping bag until somebody gave him a bus pass on a Greyhound back to Montreal. Nobody stands on the street in Edmonton with a sign saying homeless under the baseball bat. But
we'll dance for Scotch. That's what I had the sign set on. I'll do a jig for a dram. Ooh, you dram.
All right, now I want to show off my Canadian whiskey glass.
I'm glad you pulled out a glass there, Mark. I'm not sure where you.
Can you see that? It says Glencairn on the bottom.
I see the maple leaf.
It's the Glencairn that they call the Canadian whiskey glass.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's a very good point, because Glencairn is actually a glass making company.
That's true. So I'm really glad that it's not a bomb making company.
Well, no, but I mean, that a lot of people that don't know any better think that that's all there is the Glencairn.
Oh, right.
Glass, right?
Yeah, I think they also make some decanters for certain brands for their special bottles. Now, I've got Dillon's Rye. I've got a couple of these 40 Creek. And I've got Stock and Barrel single malt Canadian whiskey over there.
Ooh,
what should I put in there?
Do you have any Grey Goose?
I don't have any Grey Goose.
Stock and Barrel.
Stock and Barrel.
Do the Stock and Barrel. Which number is on that Stock and Barrel?
Oh, which number? Cask number 66, bottle number 97. 46% alcohol by volume.
Mark, you missed your chance right there. Mark, you should have said there's number 1 on it.
Oh, yeah.
I just looked today, and the one I have at home is number 4.
Cask number 4?
I believe so, yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
The cask number is the first number, right?
Scotch is
right.
Yeah.
Now, I have to be honest. I find this very young. And
sure. Oh yeah, it is.
It's got some nice marzipan almond, like raw crushed almond type of flavor in it. But and I think it'll do really great when they can put out, say, like even an 8-year-old. Then I'll be all over it. But it's taking me a long time to drink this bottle.
So it's got a lot of almonds.
Almonds.
Yeah.
It's very young and harsh, a little harsh on the palate, eh?
Very almondy.
We had that a while back, but it was the single malt barrel strength Stock and Barrel, which was pretty darn good.
Like, I'll have to say, Daniel, you said it's harsh. I actually find this to be very, very smooth at 46%, given its age.
I haven't tried that bottle, so.
But yeah, it just needs some extra casking. Anyway, when you start a distillery, you got to do what you got to do. So you got to get the product out at about 3 years old if you don't have a lot of crazy investors behind you.
Yeah, I'll give independent new distilleries a shot. Like even though they're expensive, usually in young rise, you kind of got to support them when they're first starting out, so that you can
Right.
see what they're going to develop into.
Yeah.
You know.
Swami, I keep going back to that Hazelburn 13 Oloroso, and man, there's a definite smoke in there.
Oh, it's delicious.
It is.
I'm so happy I got that
It's such a
bottle.
nice balance.
That was on you, Scott. That's the first time I actually listened to you. I'm very happy I did. It's very good. It definitely beats. I'm sorry, Mark. I just want to say it definitely beats the Barolo Cast 9-year-old by a mile for me.
Really, and I like that 9-year-old Barolo.
Oh, I like it too. I liked it too. I was a fan of it. It didn't have any Barolo notes to me in it. Me and Rob from Whiskey the Six did the review together on my channel about like 4 months ago, and I sent a sample also to Peter White, and he kind of tended to agree with us. It was good. It's just that I just didn't get that Barolo taste in there.
Oh yeah, so that was about maybe 2 or 3 months after I had reviewed it.
Yeah. Yeah, you beat me to it.
Now, what was I going to say? Oh, I just wanted to address the elephant in the room here.
It's okay.
Now,
are you now making comments against my nose, Mark? Is that what you're saying?
No. Come on.
How do I know?
No.
Are you saying something about me? What?
No, Daniel, definitely not about you. You are a shining light in the darkness.
You look good in that V-neck, Daniel.
What I want to address is the shine, the utter glimmering, gorgeous shine coming from Scott's head. That is amazing.
Hey,
when did you take care of that?
This is all natural.
That's unreal.
He's a rocket man now.
You might have to mat that down a little bit with some matting, like makeup, so that it doesn't create so much glare when you're recording.
This was just a couple of weeks ago, yeah, and it's been a few years. I think 2011 was the last time I shaved my head.
Huh?
But I was kind of like, I think it's about time to do it again. So
it looks good
How
now.
does it feel?
Hand it out.
Oh, it's great. It's awesome, especially in the summertime. Now, the problem is, like, even now, you can feel drafts, air conditioning and stuff. You can feel it hitting your head. The problem is, in the wintertime, you can feel the cold air hitting your head. It's not the same. It's different. It's bad.
Is that
I can see that.
Is that? But did you move your desk so that you'd be under the light better and get more shiny, or?
I moved my desk because Julia told me I should move it over here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Here we go.
I like it though, Scott. Now that you shaved your head, you kind of got like a Bruce Willis meets Sling Blade kind of thing going on. It's awesome.
I like the way you talk.
French fried potatoes.
Give me one of them cheeseburgers.
Scott, when was Julia there?
That candy part of me.
Don't encourage him, Mark.
We're gonna have some fun when I hit Oklahoma, buddy.
Just a comment about the better halves of ours. My wife has indicated that since there's all this open whiskey in the house, that maybe she should start reviewing whiskey. So I think that's a good idea.
I think so.
Yeah.
On her own channel.
Or maybe start her off of mine.
In her own apartment.
Get her a following.
And Sriracha Ace wants to know if Whiskey Throttle's on his way to Kansas because he's been driving for so long.
Wow.
My doorbell's going to be ringing here in a little bit.
Damn right. I saw you got a couple extra vehicles in your garage. I think I saw like a 15-passenger van. Is that for camping, or is that spare room for me, or what?
You're always welcome to surf my couch, Daniel. Anytime you want.
Awesome, buddy.
You get to share it with my dog.
No problem. Is your dog bigger than that thing that Mark calls a dog?
Where is Rocky? Where's Rocky?
Where's that ferret?
Oh, he's upstairs. If I call him, he might come.
And bite him or something.
Rocky.
Then whenever Mark goes to try and pet him, he growls.
He survived. He survived the trip. Good.
He survived. He was a trooper. He was, you know, if you take a dog on the airplane, like in the cabin, they have to be confined to a pretty small dog bag, you know, that has like mesh type windows. They cannot eat. They cannot drink on the air on board. So he basically fasted from about noon or 1 o'clock Korea time until about 11 hours later. So, and I was really happy. He didn't mess up the bag. He didn't pee or take a crap. So sorry to be explicit. I apologize. Sorry. But anyway, when we got to Vancouver, then he just I took him into the bathroom and he just dumped all over the place, and I just walked right out of there. So, I mean, I know I cleaned it up. Yeah.
Rob is really ticked off right now because we said that he's not in Toronto, that he's in Woodbridge or whatever. So, comments right now.
Well, you know, Rob could come on here and defend himself.
Yeah.
But apparently he's in his pajamas.
Well, he might have to revoke his channel name if he's not in Toronto proper.
Rob can't come on because it takes him about an hour and a half to get out of that spandex after he's been doing kickboxing. So,
and to preen his beard.
I'm just kidding, Rob. You look real pretty in that spandex.
I dare you to come on, Rob. I dare you.
He won't come on.
Yeah, he won't come on. No.
He's outnumbered. He's afraid now.
Yeah.
No.
We kid the ones we love. We kid the ones we love.
Yeah.
Wow, what a cool super chat. Look at that.
Ooh. First of the night.
Hold on. There it is. I didn't even have it ready, the cowbell.
That was pretty short.
Don Nishida. Thanks, Don. Normally miss the live streams due to the time difference. Don is in Hawaii. Glad I could join while cooking dinner. Any opinions on Crown Royal Texas Mesquite? I picked up a bottle for $19 because of the magical limited edition sticker. I have not had it, and I have not tried it. I do not know about the Crown Royal Mesquite. It is here, and it's about the same price range, so I don't know.
What did Mark Gillespie say about it? Did he not try it?
He did not. Well, maybe he had tried it. He did not comment on it because I think he said his tasting notes were coming out on it.
Oh, right. I have friends that go to Hawaii, and they always hit up the Costco's in Hawaii. They end up finding lots of different whiskeys in a Costco in Hawaii for some reason.
Where whiskey goes to die.
Yeah. Hey, you know that Macallan's Fine Oak 15-year-old? They had cases of it at the Costco in Alberta for $105 a bottle.
That's a very good price, and I like that one.
Well, come on over to Alberta, buddy. Although I'm almost at your door. Where I'm going is probably one more hour, and I'd be in Manitoba.
Crap, man. If that happens again, I better drive out and meet you.
Well, it might happen here. I just got bad news that they're probably putting us on night shift. We only have one crew. There is no days or nights, but this plant, don't even get me going. Couldn't organize a freaking circle jerk and a gay bar, these people.
Have you seen any tornadoes lately?
Tornadoes?
Yeah.
I can't see anything right now. There's enough bugs on my windshield screen to... It's terrible.
Swami. I better be careful with the cowbell. I got Wi-Fi.
I tried to write ass, but your channel wouldn't let me.
I sent Rob an invite, so we'll see if he comes in. I doubt he will.
I doubt it.
And I fell asleep.
I tried to write tookus, ass, anything, and it was like, fine, all right.
Even took us. It wouldn't take took us.
You wouldn't take anything. It was like, we're a family show here. I was like, I'm used to my channel where we get thought like adults.
But innuendos are okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Behind. Derriere.
Get your little buns in here, you.
Mud flaps.
Swear to God, I should be there by now. I might need a search party to come out and find me. I might be lost.
I'll drive out.
Okay, buddy.
You could probably you could be using maps or Google to find your hotel for you, but you've been live streaming the whole time.
I have it right now. It says 13 miles. You know what?
I'll be right back.
I don't know why it's in miles.
Swami's taking a quig, I guess, huh?
Either that or he's hiding all the frying pans from the wife. 13 miles.
Hey, Rob.
That thing's so rough.
Rob, the wife is asleep. You can get out of bed, go downstairs right there to the base of the stairs where your studio is. Turn on the computer. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah, just handhold it.
All you gotta do is come in for like 5 minutes.
You really should.
Yeah, man, just turn it on right beside the wife. You won't notice.
As a preamble to my live with you, which we talked about for next week, but we'll see. Have to wait and see.
I'm now drinking a fine Coca-Cola Classic. It's aged in sugar and corn syrup.
That's really funny that you still call it classic.
Well, it's Coca-Cola Classic. It's the Mexican Coke. That's what they call it. Mexican Coke versus
the
American
Mexican
Coke.
one, the cane sugar?
Yeah, the real stuff.
Can you get that in Montreal?
You get it all over Canada. That's what the Canadian one is. It's the Mexican Coke. That's the difference. It's not the corn syrup stuff from the States.
Tolv Thomas 12 is asking about the Macallan 4. I'm still waiting for that to show up here in our area. We haven't seen it at all yet. I know in certain parts it's been showing up. And Rob, I think you should just go live from bedside.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on, Rob.
Jason, Ed Hart writes, "Oi."
Come on, Rob.
I guess he's from Australia.
Come on, Rob.
Oi.
Where do you see Ed Hart at?
Bob. Actually, we can call Rob Bob, can't we?
Says Jason Eberhart.
Jason
Bobby.
Eberhart. Got him.
Oi. Or he's into old school oi punk.
Bobby.
Mark, we lost video on you. We just got audio.
Oh, shit. I know what's happened.
Bart, shoot.
Hey, come in. Look at him.
You guys are ball busters.
Yeah. He put some product in his hair for sure.
I did.
Am I back?
Ooh, you're so pretty.
Wait, Mark, Rob is here.
There you go.
Oh, Rob. Welcome.
Finally, I get to spank it now.
We egged you on well enough.
Yeah.
The Swami. Oh.
So what do you got, Rob? Did you get up and get some warm milk, or you got some whiskey there?
He froze. That's what happened. He's like frozen, surprised face.
Hold on, let me see if I can lock on that here for everybody.
Yeah, put that up there. Let's draw on it.
It's not letting me.
Aw.
He had to sneak down to the kitchen. He was like, "Hey guys,
His wife caught him.
don't be too loud."
Get back in here, Rob.
But I think Rob wears the pants in his household.
No,
You never met an Italian woman before? What's going on?
Oh.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like for the sheer volume of videos he puts out, I mean, he's got to be the one ruling the roost there.
Oh, he's coming back now. I'm seeing the 6 signal. Let's see.
Where?
She just calls up her Italian brothers and he gets a beat. And if that doesn't work, then she just calls Mama. His or hers.
Yeah, but he's Italian too, so I don't think it works the same.
Chris says, Mark, no comment here.
Sorry, go ahead. I apologize. I don't want to interrupt.
No. I'm just saying that Chris from Santa Cruz said, Mark, no comment here. So he thinks that Rob's wife is the one that wears the pants.
Well, Santa Cruz is I think, which one is it? Santa Cruz? No, somebody else. They're married to a Spanish lady.
Oh,
I forget who it is.
Toro.
Welsh Toro, yeah. Because we compare. Because I got a Portuguese wife and he's got a Spanish wife, and we compare notes. So. I think all women are nuts. Doesn't matter where they're from.
Uh-oh.
I love them.
I saw a sign that says Winnipeg.
Well, you know, they say that 3 out of 5 women are on meds for psychiatric problems. Imagine that. There's 40% of the women are running around untreated.
I have noticed lately they enjoy calling the police a lot. That's what I've been seeing. Anyway, don't talk about that.
Hey, Swami, look here. I'm going with the Portwood, Dalmore. Just for you, baby.
Oh, enjoy.
Man, I can't wait to get to the hotel. All right.
Is that one artificially colored though, Scott, or is it actually naturally colored?
I'm sure they're still adding color. They did bottle at 46.5% though.
Wow, nice. One of my favorite tasting notes from the Dalmore is E158.
Yeah. No, but I just don't understand that they haven't realized yet that people don't want it, and they should just give it up, man, and move on from it. The trend is trending towards minimum 46%, no color added, and unchill filtered, and it's been that way for about 2 years. You know, people are educated now because I'm not saying us, but Ralphie started it, and it kept on going, and it's, you know, the trend. Pretty much everyone knows they don't want it anymore. I just don't understand why Dalmore is just sticking to their guns by continuing to produce an inferior product.
I'll bet you that for the single malt category, that only 10 to 20% are worried about ABV and chill filtration and color.
But as the trend continues, though, it's going to keep growing.
It's going to keep growing, but I guess it hasn't reached the tipping point yet.
Did Rob go and shave?
Well, he might have shaved the sides of his head.
What's up, Rob?
Hey, man. My phone died, so I had to switch to my computer.
He had to get aerodynamic to do some roundhouses.
Yeah, you know why he cut his hair that tight and short? So he could get the tight shirts over his head. Sorry, buddy.
I just gotta say, for the record, I tried to invite you in about an hour and a half ago, Rob, and you were in your pajamas and you were going to bed.
I was. I switched into a whiskey in the 6 shirt just now. I'm still in my boxers. Believe it or not.
Rob, here's a great idea for a new product: whiskey in the 6 pajamas. Ladies'
awesome
pajamas. I think that would be a hit.
That would be all right, actually. I think the little 6 everywhere.
666 around the collar.
Is this the most Canadians you've ever had there, Scott?
Yeah, I've done these before, and we've had several in. 4 against 1 though might be the first. I'm not sure.
So there, boys, are we going to crack open some Molsons, eh?
Yeah.
I do not have a Molson in my possession.
Okay, there.
Actually, got to give a shout out to. I got to give a shout out to Tom R. I haven't seen him commenting. Maybe he just woke up and decided to check to see what was going on. But he's Central Time Zone as well, so it's getting late for him, almost midnight.
That's 8 minutes to 1 o'clock for me. That's awesome.
It's only 10 to 11 for me.
Yeah, 12. I'm gonna. It's about 12:05. I'm gonna cut out. But I've enjoyed hanging out with you guys. I'll stick around a little bit because Rob just got here. So.
Are you aren't you on vacation, Swami?
Yeah, but I gotta go give somebody a tickle.
Oh yeah, that's what they call it, eh?
Yep. The PG version.
I've got that Highland Park cask selection tomorrow. It'll be pretty cool.
Nice. I got a Highland Park 18 behind me there, but I think I'll have one last gram of that actually. It's been a while since I've had any. Keep on forgetting it's in my bar.
Good stuff.
I'm tempted to reach in the back seat and pull out a 30-year-old.
Nothing like driving in the prairies with some booze, huh?
You went
I
back
got
to
pulled
back,
over by
didn't
the cops and they didn't smell booze. They'd probably look at me funny down here.
But at least in the prairies, you're not going to crash into anything for miles and miles and miles and miles. And I'm just going to keep going.
Actually, what I'm driving through right now is actually kind of a sanctuary. It's a water area, lots of birds and all that stuff. So I'd probably drown if I went off the road here.
Mark, is that a Dylan's in your hand?
It's a Dylan's.
Very nice. 100%.
Yeah. The 3 Oaks.
Yeah.
100% Ontario rye, new Ontario oak, new American oak, and first fill bourbon.
Yeah.
And
got...
go on, Swami.
I just wanted to say we got Bourbon in Montreal in the house. He showed up. It's OJ for hire. Just want to say hi.
Alas, poor Yorick.
Anybody in the chat or out of our guys here try Peerless straight rye?
No, haven't had
what
that.
What kind?
It's called Peerless. It's in a funky looking little bottle.
Peerless.
When I first saw it, I thought it was like an Asian whiskey, but it's not. It's from the States. It's called Peerless. Peerless rye, and up here it was like $120. So I never heard of it. I thought I'd check it out before I buy it.
I wouldn't buy. I know Scott, my Bourbon Journey, reviewed it, and it was pricey when he did. And for as young as it is, it's one of those. I don't know if it's one of the craft distillers. Maybe it's been around for a while in its area. But to me, I was like, why is a newer 3 or a 4-year-old rye going for $120+?
Yeah, good point.
That Dalmore delicious there, son.
What's that, Rob?
I was saying to Scott that Dalmore on his desk looks delicious. Even though Swami just went on a rant about how much he hates Dalmore.
The King Alexander is very nice.
I think I like the King Alexander. I just didn't find it too different from the 18-year-old, and I really like the 18-year-old.
I haven't had the pleasure of that 18. I had the 15. I got it for a great price. I think 60,000 won. So that's about $70 Canadian, 55 or 60 US. And I broke it.
You broke the bottle?
I broke the bottle.
I have yet to break a bottle. Not once in my whiskey drinking career have I broken a bottle of whiskey.
That's because you don't do things like this.
Yeah, and I don't have Butterfingers. That's the best. That's your best video ever. I still remember that. That was awesome. Whoa! No!
Actually, the best was when you popped up. Whatchamacallit?
What happened?
Your sample bottle.
Apparently, there was a whatchamacallit.
Oh yeah, the whatchamacallit.
Your tester when you blew the bottom right off the tester.
Oh yeah, the Canadian Club 20-year-old.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I like the King Alexander. To me, is good, and I think it's worth it. But you have it's one that you have to have it when you can concentrate on it. If there's other distractions, if there's other stuff going on, it's not as good. It's when you're alone with it and it's just you and the whiskey, and then you pick up on so many different layers, so many different things that are going on with it. And I haven't had the Dalmore 18 year to compare it next to, but the King Alexander I like. I do wish it was a little bit higher ABV, but just the flavors and the stuff that you get off of it are outstanding, I think.
Yeah.
I tried that just very briefly. Actually, in a live, was it live? I guess it was recorded in a whiskey shop, and it was just a like a half glass, a half dram that they poured me, and quite liked it. But anyway, that experience of breaking the Dalmore 15, and then also the fact that I can actually taste the color really turned me off of getting another Dalmore.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mark. Well, I haven't tried the Alexander or the Cigar Malt or any of the other tastings. I've only tried their main range from the 12 to the 18, and just sorry, I just didn't like them. It just at least the 18-year-old didn't taste like urine. I'll give it that. The 15 was just god awful. The 12, why would I spend $80 on that? I'm just, other than it has a pretty little metal stag on the front bottle, which would make a nice vase for my flowers, but that's what I found about the 12.
How do you know what urine tastes like?
It's not the taste. You ever gone to a hospital where they clean with ammonia products and that ammonia kind of aroma in the air?
Well, bleach.
I just finished working.
No, it's more like
I just finished working for 2 months in a fertilizer plant. Smell ammonia all day long.
Exactly, and it gets stuck on your tongue, even because you're nosing and it's so heavy in the air. That's the taste I got from the 15-year-old, and it wasn't on the forefront. It was in the end. So, like, the start point, the entry was good, and then it would finish off.
Are we still talking about urine that comes out of?
Yeah.
Something else that goes on your tongue that you're talking about.
Yeah. Just saying, that's the 15-year-old finished off. Rob, you found the same thing in the Glen Park list 15.
Oh, you're right. Honestly, I'm with you here. There is that smell that you associate with piss.
Yeah, like when clubs stopped letting people smoke in them, and then all of a sudden you smelled what a club smelled like, and it was like, yeah, people should start smoking in clubs again because it's just. But yeah,
hey Mark, we lost video on you again. All we got's audio.
Oh shoot! Yeah, I'm losing battery. I'm gonna come back in a second. Let me just click that.
No, I ended up having to give away my Dalmore 15 to like my boss, which he didn't like it either, and he doesn't know what good whiskey is. So
somebody's mic is over. Is that Daniel's mic? That's like, is everybody picking up Daniel's mic?
Yeah,
it had been
road noise.
Yeah,
is a rude noise.
Road noise.
Did it start when I got in?
No, it's Daniel.
I'd like to hear it if it were a rude noise.
You mean you're hearing air and
concerned that Daniel is driving in pitch black and still able to read the conversations going on in the chat?
Daniel's gonna pull a Caitlyn Jenner soon.
Are we all accomplices if Daniel gets into an accident and kills somebody?
Buddy, I'm the only guy on the road. There's nothing to kill. Unless that moose shows up again.
Yeah, you don't want to hit a moose.
Daniel's going to hit a pronghorn.
As hard as you hit the moose is still going to hit you. Those things are huge.
What's up, Spirit Safe? How you doing, Rob?
Spirit Safe. What's going on?
Rob, you didn't pour anything. You're not drinking. You just got up from bed, come down for a little bit.
I brushed my teeth. I was ready for bed. Yeah. No, it's a dry night for me, so I'm going to just avoid it.
How's the kid doing, Rob?
Kids are good. The kids are good. They're both sleeping.
Baby's starting to laugh a lot and everything now. It's been 4 months or whatever.
She's just turned 8 months.
Okay.
Already like climbing up to her feet, which is kind of crazy. I thought that was really early for that. Call it like furniture riding. Like she'll like stand up on using the furniture or the couch or whatever else. Yeah. So that's pretty impressive, I think. My son is, he never shuts up.
Is it true what they say about, I don't know, because I'm not a parent, but like when you guys leave the car and go around to the other side, it's like a vacation. Because like you left the kid in the car and you're walking and they're not asking any questions for 3 seconds. So it's like, it's like.
No, it's not a long enough break, actually.
Swami, you need to breed.
No. Vicariously through all of you. That's enough. And my sisters. I'm an uncle 5 times, so that's enough. They're awesome. My niece came over one time. I gave her a piece, like literally a square of caramel chocolate, and she painted my entire bathroom with it. I didn't know if I didn't know if I should get mad or if I should say, Jesus Christ, this kid's got talent. Like do that with just like one square of caramel. And my wife was like, I'm gonna hit that kid, get her out of here now. It's like, all right, I'll hide her. Like all my sisters, come pick her up.
Crazy.
How old are your nieces and nephews, Swami?
One's like 4, and the other ones are like over 4. The youngest one's 4 of them. That I know.
Pretty active, I guess.
I just gotta say, if Daniel's trying to comment, I had to mute you because your mic is overriding everybody. But I can't. If you want to say something, you have to. I think you have to unmute on your end, Daniel. But
is my fish tank interfering at all? I usually shut it. Do you hear it?
No, I can't hear it.
No, I can't hear it either. Hey, Robbie, have you tried this one?
Yeah, I reviewed it a while back. It's good. It's young.
Yeah, right.
Daniel's
which
back.
casks did you try?
All I can hear is Swami's air conditioning.
Not even on.
Swami looked though. He was insecure about that for a second.
It's off. How's that possible? I'm already that drunk. Like, hey, look, I can tell it's not on because my back is sweating.
Tove Thomas is asking, gentlemen, your favorite bourbon, go. If you are talking all-time favorite bourbon, to me, the George Stagg Buffalo Trace Antique Collection, you cannot be beat. If you're talking everyday bourbon, man, I like Elijah Craig. I like Maker's Mark. I like that Weller Special Reserve. We just reviewed it. Swami, go.
It's right in my hand. This is what for an everydayer. It's this guy right here. I went through 2 bottles already in the past 4 months, so I gotta really like it. Out of that, I just got a problem.
That's a good one too. Yeah, Rob.
William LaRue Weller, I think this year's edition. The 2017 edition. It was really good. I was really impressed with it.
Daniel, favorite bourbon?
Everyday bourbon, Elijah Craig 12.
Good one. Mark?
Well, for me, I haven't really tried too many bourbons. I think for something special, it was the Evan Williams 12-year-old 101 proof. And for something everyday, it's the Wild Turkey 101.
Yeah, both good. Yeah. Well, the Evan Williams 12 I haven't had, but I've seen that before and heard good things about that one.
That was amazing, though.
Oh, yeah. Swami, right here for you. This one, I'm going to write your name on it.
Thank you, my friend.
I'm bringing it.
I truly appreciate it. Well, you're gonna have to show me some place so that we can get some good food and some good brew in Oklahoma.
Well, shit, I ain't got no idea down there.
I will find some place. There's one place called the Green Chili House or something like that in Oklahoma that's supposed to like specialize in like the spiciest Mexican food like ever or something. I want to check that out.
Ah, you're talking my language right there.
I want to fart fire.
All right, we're actually a little bit over the 2-hour mark, so let's wrap it up. Thanks everybody that came in. Swami,
Rob,
say your goodbyes and tell everybody where to find you.
You can find me on the corner of St. Catherine, and you can find me on Malton in Montreal. Check me out. Go to my Twitter page. Support, like, share. If you want to support me on Patreon, it's always appreciated. If not, we still love you. Come in, subscribe. It's free. And that's about it.
Rob, go.
Yeah, you guys can find me on Whiskey in the Six. Scotty, thank you for having me on, buddy. I really appreciate it. I would have come on earlier. I was really tired and
you needed some egging on.
Yeah. Sometimes you need the boys to pull you up.
Soon as I said Swami was my favorite reviewer in Toronto, you were like, "Oh, F this, man." Daniel, you got a channel. Tell everybody where to find you at.
Well, you can find me on Whiskey Throttle, one word, no E. And thank you very much for keeping me entertained while I drive these lonely flatlands. I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much.
Roger that. Mark, coming to us from Canada, finally from South Korea.
Finally, from
There's
Winnipeg.
no 17-hour time difference.
No, right. So you guys can look me up at Whiskey Whistle, whiskey with no E, Whiskey Whistle, as in, and you'll find me. And come join. Subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate that. And all these guys, if you're not a subscriber to anyone, including Scotch Test Dummies, and make sure you do that now. Hit that now.
That whistle kind of confused me when you did that.
Anyway, thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
And thanks everybody tuned in. This was an impromptu Monday night. I needed a little live stream action. Bart's been on vacation, and thanks to Swami over at Malted in Montreal, Rob Whiskey in the Six, Daniel Whiskey Throttle, Mark Whiskey Whistle, all these Canadians joining me.
Thank you for helping me get a hangover for tomorrow, Scott. I appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody tuned in. Later, dudes. Salon, you dummies. Wait a second. There we go.